What's happening at Crypto Farm? Happy Tuesday. Good morning and welcome back to Love for Crypto. I'm Scott. It's a pleasure to have you here and I appreciate you taking the time out to consume the content, so thank you. This morning, we're on Bitcoin and crypto as legal tender. Many countries are going to be lining up to do this in the near foreseeable future. We've got Honduras and Malaysia considering it at the moment, as with other countries. We've got El Salvador, already did it last year. IMF and everyone calling for them to stop. It's fascinating, the GDP growth they've seen since the switch. Now, I'm not sat here saying it's because of Bitcoin they've seen that GDP increase. The article isn't even saying that it's due to that increase, but it mentions remittance and other stuff, so the cost of... let's get into it anyway. So El Salvador added Bitcoin as legal tender. Right? For those of you who don't know, the International Money Fund had urged El Salvador to refuse its decision to make Bitcoin legal tender. In September, El Salvador became the first country to allow consumers to use the cryptocurrency in transactions alongside the US dollar. The decision led to large-scale protests over fears it could bring instability and inflation to the impoverished Latin American country. Oh dear. Bitcoin lost about half its value since November. The IMF has warned the president of the risk of cryptocurrency poses to the country. The board's directors now urged the authorities to narrow the scope of the Bitcoin law by removing Bitcoin's legal tender status. According to a statement, they highlighted the large risks associated with the use of Bitcoin on financial stability, financial integrity, and consumer protection, and with issuing Bitcoin-backed bonds. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. What they're gonna... When El Salvador introduced the virtual currencies as legal tender, the government released a new digital wallet app, giving away $30, which was £22, in Bitcoin to every single citizen who had the app. More than 200 new cash machines were also installed across the country. Fascinating, isn't it? So the IMF and the Bank of England have asked them to stop. You might want to remove that. Oh, really? Really? Let me date that shit. Let's date that shit. 26th of January 2022. Yeah? IMF urging. Oh. Could end in fucking tears, that lad. International Monetary Fund. 4 weeks ago, mid-Feb? Was that mid-February? I mean, it says 4 weeks ago. It's not giving me a date on this one. Links in the description. El Salvador records. El Salvador records double-digit growth in GDP. Was Bitcoin behind it? Who knows? It's associated with it, mate. It's associated with it either way. Behind it, the cause of it, it's associated. El Salvador has been making headlines around the globe for months now thanks to its decision to adopt Bitcoin as an official legal tender. But after the implementation, what next? There have been numerous calls for the country and its president to review and repeal this decision, as it had the potential to adversely harm the nation's economy. Oh no, what are they gonna do? Calls came from the IMF and the Bank of England to remove a digital currency as legal tender to prevent devastating effects on the country's economy. However, the numbers for 2021 are showing record growth in El Salvador's GDP. Gross domestic product, goods in, goods out. You know, Google it if you don't know. Should know. But did Bitcoin have anything to do with the growth? El Salvador records double-digit growth in GDP. 2021 was a roller coaster for most countries and their economies coming out of the 2022 lockdowns. I think they meant 2020 lockdowns. Countries had to get creative, given that travel restricted across the globe. While it was off to a rocky start, most countries soon found their footing, and so did El Salvador. who with its thriving economy has been one of the better recoveries of the pandemic. With its thriving economy has been one of the better recoveries of the pandemic. IMF, go fuck yourself. Bank of England, go fuck yourself. Where's your 10% GDP growth, England? You fucking knobhead, eh? Where's your GDP? 10%? 10% fucking growth. And the increase in growth. Woo! What? What, mate? So the small North American country had recovered so well, in fact, that its GDP growth rate had come out in the double digits for the year. This is a record for the nation and has never recorded double-digit growth. Data shows that El Salvador saw its GDP climb by 10.3% in just 2021 alone. Coming out of the previous year where it saw minus 7.9%. Yeah, minus 7.9%. That's a 18.2% upswing. But go fuck yourself, IMF. And go fuck yourself, Bank of England and World Bank and World Economic Forum. You can all go and fuck yourself and stop acting like you care about the human race. Stop acting like you care about these smaller countries. Stop acting like you give a fuck about anything but your own fucking gains. Go fuck yourself. Do better. So the main driver of the growth is export, apparently, which grew 13% in January compared to January 2021. January 2022 compared to 2021. According to a Twitter post by the president, this could point to the country heading towards another double-digit growth in 2022. Woo woo! Fucking hell, mate. Give him another 5 years, be the G20, mate. Give him another 5 years, be the fucking G20. El Salvador in the G7 by 2030 with Malaysia and Honduras. I'm sorry. But what's Bitcoin got to do with it? What has Bitcoin got to do with it? One aspect of El Salvador's GDP that is not as talked about is remittances. So by making Bitcoin legal tender, it has successfully reduced remittance fees that went as high as 50% to now zero. Where citizens in diaspora are able to remit money easily and seamlessly. Since remittances make up a large percentage of the GDP, this has no doubt had a direct impact on how much money is being remitted to the country. Since it's less than a year since El Salvador announced Bitcoin as legal tender, it may be too soon to tell what the impacts have been, whether negative or positive. However, one thing's for certain, the exposure that this move has brought to the country. The nation, which people would previously find hard to pinpoint on a map, made it into the radar of big players with this bold move, going further to produce a Bitcoin city where everything will be paid for in Bitcoin. It's also gearing up to launch the first Bitcoin bond, and the president has floated the idea of giving citizenship to individuals who invest in the country. Extremely interesting. Tourism's up, GDP's up, it's up. It is good fucking news. So people are surprised, and sure shouldn't be surprised, when they get links like and headlines like this. Link in description. Honduras may recognize Bitcoin as legal tender within hours. How will BTC react? Unconfirmed reports suggest an official announcement may be made within the next several hours. Now, this was Monday the 21st at 14:06 GMT. Yeah? Interesting. Not seen any other articles of the actual announcement being made yet, but BTC USD is being compressed in the hourly chart ahead of the potential breakout. According to unconfirmed sources, Honduras may officially adopt Bitcoin by giving it legal tender status. Honduras President may make the announcement within hours. Honduras may follow the steps of El Salvador in adopting Bitcoin. The impact such news may have on the BTC USD is unclear at this stage. The focus of the crypto markets is on the upcoming regulations, which includes NFTs and possibly the metaverse. Q4 2021 volumes have gone up or down. India's 30% tax on cryptocurrency profits will commence in April. This is on the top of a 1% tax deduction at some TDS. India will tax 1% TDS on all transactions in cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is still looking for a direction. I mean, in August 2021, Honduras opened the first Bitcoin ATM in the capital. The ATM, nicknamed by the locals La Bitcoinera, allowed to purchase Ethereum and BTC using the local currency. When El Salvador only considered adopting Bitcoin as a positive reaction was seen in the markets. By paying attention to the BTC USD, a tight price range is noted. I think it's going on about all fucking things here, but the war between Russia and Ukraine is also weighing on BTC based on current market conditions. Honduras' intentions to provide Bitcoin a legal tender status may not have significant impact on market price. However, in the event other countries announce this week that they may follow suit, a more substantial reaction may take place. Well, it's funny you should write that, because Malaysian ministry proposes legal tender of cryptocurrency. They're not the only country currently queuing up. Malaysia's communications ministry has proposed to the government that the cryptocurrency such as Bitcoin be adopted as legal tender. And its deputy minister, Zahidi Zainul Abidin, told Parliament on Monday, "We hope the government can allow this. We're trying to see how we can legalize this so we can develop youth participation in crypto and assist them." Cryptocurrency falls under the purview of the country's central bank and Securities Commission. Fucking SECs again, eh? Fascinating. So, while India and America throw out the fucking sanctions and the sales tax on crypto transactions and the court cases against XRPs, while half of the countries slap, smack, rape, pillage and try and fuck over their people with a smile on their face, it seems some of the countries with lower GDPs are actually making moves to help their citizens. I mean, can you imagine living in El Salvador? Got fuck all to your name, but a fucking shitty house, a shitty phone, and a shitty fucking job. I'm paying fucking 20, 30, 40, 50 quid a fucking week. 20 quid a day. 20 quid a fucking day. All of a sudden, the government's like, yo, bruh, just buy it, get this app, download this app. I'm gonna throw you a day's wage in Bitcoin. I'm 22 quid in Bitcoin. It's a fucking day's wage in El Salvador. I fucking need to know now. Now I just threw some bullshit maths in the air. My head like, come on, Scott, we're better than that. Our fucking average daily wage in El Salvador. Average daily wage. No, I didn't want Malaysia, bro. I wanted El Salvador. $10 an hour? You shitting me? The average monthly salary. See, not as bad as you first think. Like when you watch the news and looking at fucking El Salvador and shit, they make you think like it's Thailand and everything's cheap as fuck. Venezuela, you know what I'm saying? The fucking local currency. Mate, some people in Poland, in Europe, in fucking Europe, some people only get 200 quid a fucking month. 200 quid a month. And then they come to England and get 200 quid a fucking week. And they can remit to death. They're just like, yo, get some of that shit back home to my family. Because I ain't used to having it all. His cost of living goes up because he's in England, obviously, or her. Their cost of living. Fucking hell. Woke. I woke up, don't worry. Don't fucking kill me in the comments. Oh, mate. We're just believing a bullshit site here. We don't know if these numbers are right, but a person working in El Salvador typically earns around 1,700 USD per month. Salaries range from blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's all good for that average person. Okay, fair enough. You only got 2 hours pay. You got 2 hours pay free off the government, but you got it in Bitcoin. So imagine someone a little bit lower who didn't really have as much, and all they had to do was go and get the fucking app, and they got given $30 odd in Bitcoin, and all they had to do was fucking hold it and add to it. Carry on living the way they're living and just add to it a little bit and just keep adding the sats, keep bumping the satoshis in. Just keep bumping it up, just keep adding it. That's how you help your citizens get financially stable. And it's how you help your economy's GDP boost more than 10% in 1 year, when the previous year it was down 7.9%. Are you fucking shitting me? 18.3% upswing, bruh. Yeah. It's actually 18.4, innit? Was it 10.3, wasn't it? It was 10.3, not 10.2. It was 10.3. Minus 7.9 to 10.3. I'm fucking telling you, bro. Big upswinging percentage, and well done to El Salvador. Well done to any country who follows suit and does the same. Yeah, can't praise them enough. Can't praise them enough. It might not be the Bitcoin that's done it. They might see another dip this year, who knows? But the fact of the matter is they're currently sat on an epic record gain in GDP. And I am inclined to say it's thanks to Bitcoin. Not only what it does for the remittances, but what it did for the general economy, what it did for awareness on the country, what it probably did for tourism, as that got a bump. Well done. Well done, El Salvador. And well done anyone who manages to follow suit in the same way. Yeah. So you know the dance, man. Just don't get left behind. Invest in yourself, invest in the internet of value, live long and hodl it all, don't let it go, get it staked, get it baked. Yeah, look after the pot till the pot looks after you. You got to build them rewards till you're living off them. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's pretty much it, guys. Enjoy the rest of the week. Yeah, we're nearly halfway through it. We love crypto. We love countries adopting it, spreading awareness, and we love you. So take care of yourself. Wishing health and happiness to you and yours. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.